Well, hello. Our project for the day is weird eau-de-vies. Eau-de-vie is really, really fun as a category because you get kind of in this mindset of knowing what booze is coming from for the most part. You can ferment and distill grains or agaves or molasses or cane juice or grapes. But in theory, pretty much anything like with starch of any sort, you should be able to ferment and make booze out of it, right? So what about booze from carrots? What about booze from bananas? I mean, why not, right? And eau-de-vie is that category. It's everything else. It's everything you might have, never have thought of making into booze before, and yet it can be done. So today we devote ourselves to, I think 3 or 4 different distilleries, making some 6 different kinds of very, very unusual eau-de-vies, which I've never tasted any examples of. So let me finish lining up my glasses here, and we will get this going. Now, we're going to start off with the first distillery I know nothing about, Riravo. Riravo is in Georgia, the country, not the U.S. state. And this is an eau-de-vie of pumpkin, bottled at 38%. So this is probably not a huge sugar yield on pumpkins. The nice thing about Riravo stuff is, well, first of all, it does get distribution in the States, and second, it's not that expensive. You should be able to get bottles of their efforts for between $30 and $40. I do have a bottle of their Cha-Cha, which is their Pomace brandy back there, and I just am waiting for a chance to do a big old Pomace brandy roundup. But before then, let's taste their pumpkin eau-de-vie. Right, let me finish pouring the rest of these. And we shall get started. Yeah, the price range on these is, I don't have them to hand right now, but you're talking from roughly $30 to $40 up to a couple of hundred, and that's just like how eau-de-vie goes. A lot depends on how expensive the raw materials is, how you're distilling it, how you're treating it after distillation. There's a lot of stuff that goes into these, lots in little details, and I will put what I know down below. But for now, let's taste some pumpkin eau-de-vie, shall we? On the nose. Well, it doesn't smell like pumpkin to me. It smells very earthy. Yeah, that's very, very earthy. Like, it just smells like I'm smelling topsoil and mud right now, in a good way. I mean, there is a little bit of a fruity, present Swedish note. But it doesn't smell like pumpkin. It's almost more like what is that? Like a mashed baked I'm blanking. What are the things that are like banana? Plantains. Mashed baked plantains. That's kind of what this smells like. Covered in mud. There's a little bit of floral coming out as well. Honestly, it smells a little bit like an earthy, plantainy vodka is what I'm getting on this. Slightly stemmy as well. There's some like vegetable stems, a little bit of a green note. And some white pepper. a little bit of like a not a sea salt note, maybe like a table salt kind of note, like a Morton's note on the palate. So if you're expecting to get, pumpkin pie kinds of tasting notes on this, you're going to be a little bit disappointed. That's not what this tastes like. It's much more, the best point of reference would be like a really good fruity vodka, as it were. Not a ton to it. We're still getting that kind of like, what is that? Like mud and like vegetable stems and a little bit of white pepper, table salt. That kind of like, baked plantains kind of thing. But something else. What is that? Something earthy but kind of sweet at the same time, almost like a sautéed onions kind of note, if that makes sense. Yeah, imagine making a very nice vodka out of like plantains and sautéed onions. That's kind of what this tastes like. I'm kind of into it, but it's also, from the pumpkin label, not totally what I was expecting. So we're going to add a little bit of water, and we'll come back to this. Like, it's 38% already, so literally like 2 drops, I think, should be sufficient. I mean, realistically, on some of these, I really shouldn't be adding water at all, but, it's, why not? May as well put them under some pressure. All right, moving on. To an Austrian producer. This is Reisetbauer. Relatively recent distillery. I think all these are recent distilleries, actually. So, higher end, expensive stuff, but higher quality. And this is their carrot Eau-de-Vie, 41.5%. And yeah, I am super duper excited to try this. Have you tried a carrot brandy or carrot distillate before? Because I haven't. Oh my god. So I don't know how they're making it. I don't know, like, are they just distilling carrots? Are they also doing like a Geist thing where they're macerating carrots before the second distillation? Or like, I don't know. But I will tell you, go to your local grocery store, buy a bag of organic carrots, and just snap them all in half and smell that, and that is exactly what this smells like. I mean, that's just what it smells like. Carrot. Beyond that, there's a mineral note. There's a kind of wet stone kind of aspect to this. White pepper. I mean, this is in some ways this is a classical sense of what an eau-de-vie should be, right? Like some eau-de-vies, it's really using the base material, whatever it may be, to make a really complex spirit. And some of them are just like, the spirit should be just this transparent lens you nose and taste through to get the essence of the thing distilled. That's what this is. This is just, you're getting carrot. And everything else is just details. It's carrot. But it's such a deep, rich carrot. All right, I love this already. On the palate. It just that's phenomenal. I love this. If I'm going to pick it apart, the mouth presence, it's suffering a little bit from the low proof, probably. The mouth length is not that great. We're not getting tonsil tickling happening. But I don't care, because it arrives, and then so much of the mint palate is like I just took a bite out of a carrot. It's amazing. But then, as you start to transition into the finish, like there's a kind of a bitter, almost like a sandstone dust kind of thing that creeps in. It's very refreshing, actually. Oh my God, I love this. This is my new favorite thing. I can't score it that high because in terms of the absolute like numbers of this, it's just not that good, but I don't care because it tastes like a carrot. But then like it finishes almost like some of the agricole rums I've had. There's an intense minerality to it, and a little bit of a like a lime peel thing to it as well. Some flowers creeping in. It's just such a rich expression of carrotness. White pepper, that intense, bitter mineral note. I don't know. Like this is... We're going to add some water and come back to it. I don't know if you can justify having like a bottle of this in your collection, given, I'm guessing, what the prices are. But as something to pour for other people, just to know what a carrot brandy tastes like. This is fantastic. I love this. I adore this. I'm going to give it a couple of drops of water and we'll come back to it. All right. That's like 3 or 4 drops. Moving on to the second Reisetbauer. This is the Rowanberry. Rowanberry is... it's a berry from a bush in the rose family, of all things. I don't think I've ever actually tasted a Rowanberry. That doesn't mean I can't enjoy the Eau-de-Vie, right? Also 41.5%. Oh, that's gorgeous. Tons of florals. Tons of fruitiness. Oh, that's super duper duper pretty. Where are we going with this? So take rose petals, just fresh rose petals, and then like take a what fruit is that? Like a baked quince, and then you're gonna like just mash up your baked quince and like muddle them in your rose petals. That's sort of what this smells like. I mean, it smells like a liqueur. Like they have to be doing maceration on this. Like it's just so rich with like berry character, floral character. There's that little bit of a green note again, a little bit of stemminess. White pepper. Couple of rocks, like wet rocks. This smells like something. What is this reminding me of? Cotton candy. Not so much like lame American cotton candy, but if you like have a chance to try some cotton candy from like, oh geez, I had some in France that kind of smelled like this. So characterful cotton candy is sort of the play here. and I love it. This really makes me want to go out and eat some Rowanberries now. On the palate. One more time. That's a surprise. So, for such an expressive nose on the palate, this doesn't feel as substantive as the carrot did. There's certainly a lot of like flower petals, rose petals going on. There's a little bit of cotton candy. There's a little bit of pool water, but nice happening. White pepper, rocks, stems. But it all fades pretty quickly, and doesn't have a great deal of length. It feels a little bit thin. I mean, we'll give us some water, but at the moment, like, I would go for the carrot. And that sentence, in regard to spirits, I don't know if that has ever been uttered before. Buy the carrot before the Rowanberry. I mean, there is fruit there. Your quincy thing, macerated with petals. There is fruit there, but at this moment, I think I prefer the carrot. But we'll add some water. We'll come back to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, moving on. We're back at Riravo. This is a persimmon, which is, I guess, botanically, technically, it's a berry, but it's a berry in the same way that, like, a tomato is a berry. Like, you don't really think of it that way. It's kind of has its own character. So, again, like these others, I've never ever had a persimmon Eau-de-Vie or spirit of any kind at all. So, this is new for me. 42% on the nose. Light nose. Oh, good Lord. I mean, there is a little bit of a persimmon note. I haven't had that many persimmons in my life, but yeah, there's a little bit of that, but it's pretty light. It's very spirity, though. Like, this is... maybe this is just the Riravo thing. A little bit like the pumpkin, this smells sort of vodka-like, but good vodka. So, yeah, persimmon. I mean, what else? There's almost a, what is that? Something fruity. Well, white pepper. A little bit of like a lemon pith thing, like bitter lemon. Rocks. Almost a pomegranate note, something like that. And I'm stuck for words on what else there is. I don't know. It's lighter than the previous 2 on the nose, certainly. Maybe even the previous 3. No, I mean, in terms of character, the nose is about on par with the pumpkin. There's a little bit of like a, what is that? Smells a little bit like chapstick. Okay, on the palate. Has a little bit more going on in the palate. Again, now that I've thought about chapstick, I can't unthink of it. This really smells, feels like you just took a big bite out of your stick of chapstick. There's a little bit of a vodka vibe. There's a little bit of ethanol thing going through this. White pepper. Persimmon, sure. It's pomegranate, but it's almost like the seeds. Like if you know, like with a little bit of fruit on them, and you're just eating the seeds. But so in terms of flavor notes available, not that many. There's some minerality too. Some we're back at the whetstone thing. But this has a little bit more mouth presence than the Rowanberry did. It feels doesn't feel quite as thin. Feels like it has a little bit more substance to it. The Rowanberry certainly pips it on the nose, though. Yeah, I think this is probably my favorite of the two Riravos. Riravos. Sorry. Doing the best I can. But I don't think it's going to win the flight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put that back there. And we are moving on to... Oh, right. This is another one. This is a banana Eau-de-Vie from Vinha Alta, which is a distillery in Portugal. I think they're actually in Madeira. So they do a bunch of Madeira rums. And yes, for those of you watching, I will review a whole bunch of Madeira rums in the future. I keep pushing them down the queue. But we are going to review this banana Eau-de-Vie from them, bottled at 42.7%. So, yeah, this is another one of those things. Have you had a banana Eau-de-Vie? Because I haven't had a lot on the nose. So on the nose does not smell like banana to me. It smells like... I don't know, like pear cobbler, honestly. Peach and pear cobbler. A little bit of both. With some lime. Oh, no. There's a little bit of banana bread creeping in. No, so not really banana. It's like banana bread makings. You know, when you're making banana bread and you've got your rotten bananas and you're kind of like mashing them up and putting them in there. It smells a little bit like that. But the main focus is the peach and pear cobbler. A couple of dried flowers. What is that? A little bit of a lime peel on this too. A couple of rocks. But less mineral than some of these others. Very fruit driven on the nose. Reminds me a little bit of the Rowanberry. On the palate. This is a good example. Sorry, this is a good example of an Eau-de-Vie, which is kind of the polar opposite of what you were getting with the carrot, because the carrot it just tastes like carrot. It smells like carrot. It tastes like carrot. Got some other things going on, but the carrot is the main thing. This is just an interesting spirit. You hand it to me blind, I'm never thinking banana Eau-de-Vie. You'd have to tell me. It's actually quite nutty on the palate. Yeah, there's some like there's a little bit of apple spirit, pear spirit, peach, but very driven by like roasted almonds, roasted pistachio, maybe. There's a little bit of like a nutty banana bread thing going on here, but it's not. It doesn't scream like I am made out of bananas to me. But formally, this is pretty good. The finish holds on pretty well. Good presence. Good length. It's got some complexity to it. It's got a little bit of depth. So this is, feels like one of the better offerings here today. So well done, Vinha Alta. Vinha Alta. The strength is probably helping this as well. So we'll give that a little bit of water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 6 drops on that. And last one. Oh, this is a little bit special. This is a gooseberry brandy from Capreolus, which is in England. And this has been picked by Eau-de-Vie, which is a bottling, I don't know what we would call it, bottling group associated with the r/bourbon folks, the aficionados group. Full disclosure, I hang out in their Discord quite a lot. Those people. Did not have it on my cards. They would start buying up Eau-de-Vie, but here we are. 43% gooseberry. Ooh. Wow, okay. Super duper rich, dense nose. I mean, this is another one where I can't tell whether this is just distilled gooseberry or whether there's been maceration or what. But it's so rich in the nose. I mean, okay, yes, gooseberry, but also cider apple, cinnamon, white pepper. Kind of a dirt thing, like a potting peat kind of thing, potting soil. It's just stemming this to this. Roadside gravel. Even what is that? Like it's doing that kind of like rum agricole thing where it smells a little bit like grass, but it's not really grass. Maybe it's herbs. Maybe that's what I'm smelling. It's like a parsley, oregano kind of thing. Really good nose. One of the best noses of the flight. On the palate. Yeah, wow, okay. I want to see what this does with water, because at the moment, most of what's happening, almost all of what's happening, to be honest, is right up front. It's not even like nothing is happening past my molars. It's like nothing is happening, past my canines. It's all at the front of my mouth. But what's happening at the front of my mouth is really, really good. Gooseberry again, cider apple, sour apple, quince, white pepper, that earthy thing, the potting soil thing, potting peat. Parsley, sage, a couple of pebbles. Yeah, I really want to give this water because I want to see, like, what does the mouth presence do when you give this stuff water. I'm curious about that with all of these, but this one in particular feels like it could open up a little bit with time, with water. Yeah, there's a little bit of floral happening as well. Almost a touch of bubblegum in there. Oh, and it's so delicate. Holds on really well. It's 43%, so it's not a bomb at all, but if you're paying attention to this, it kind of just, after the swallow, it just kind of goes and goes and goes and hangs. Nice, impressive. I'm going to give this a couple squirts and we'll come back to it. 6. All right. And we shall go back through. I'm rooting for carrot. How about you? All right, back to the Riravo, the pumpkin. Let's see if this got any more pumpkin-y from the last time. No, not really. I mean, it smells mostly the same. I mean, it smells like a really good kind of vaguely fruit-forward vodka. But good. I mean, I don't mean that disparagingly. I just mean that's what it smells like. There's a little bit of, what is that? Mustard seed kind of aspect hint coming out now, along with the plantain thing. Really getting the kind of roasted onions thing now on the palate. Mostly the same with water. It's a little more peppery. There's a little bit of aniseed creeping in now. But it's not going to win the flight. I mean, this is... And I think this might be a theme with some of these. This is one that I'm absolutely delighted to have tried. Like, it's a pumpkin brandy, y'all. How cool is that? But in terms of what it tastes like, this is a real good vodka. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like a really good vodka. And I will score it accordingly. I'm going to give this 80 points. Oh, if my Sharpie will work. 80 points for this Riravo pumpkin. Nothing wrong with it. Certainly worth a try. If you just as a bucket list thing. Don't you want to try a pumpkin Eau-de-Vie sometime in your life? But in terms of complexity, mouth presence, attack, I think it's an 80. All right, let's move on. We are now at the carrot. We're back at the carrot. Reisetbauer carrot Eau-de-Vie. Now with a touch of water on the nose. I love this nose so much. I love it. It smells like a carrot. It smells like fresh carrots. Water has brought out a touch more white pepper and a touch of pool water, which I don't mind. You know, carrots and pool water you wouldn't think that'd be a great combination, but I'm kind of into it. On the palate. You wouldn't think that the carrot brandy at 41.5% would be one of the most impressive things here in terms of mouth presence, but it kind of is. Like, I mean, this has a really good mouth presence. Not stellar, but really good mouth presence and a really fun development. Water has really kind of extended the length on this. It's now really tickling my tonsils a little bit, and I appreciate that. But the basic character of this is the same. It arrives on fresh carrots. You just like Bugs Bunnied. You took a big bite out of it and you're munching it. And then rocks, white pepper, structure stuff, some flowers, and it just kind of hangs and hangs and hangs. Certainly unusual, and I don't know if you're going to want a full bottle of this, but I mean, if you were watching this video and you're interested in weird, distinctive booze, you want to try this. I'm going to give this 80... What can I do with this? I'm going to give this an 85 carat. I think there's a carat emoji, isn't there? 85 carat... Because it's very good in terms of structure, but it also tastes like a carrot, and you're never going to get that in another from anywhere else. Ain't no, single malts or mezcals that are going to taste like carrot. This does, and I like it a lot. 85 carat out of 100. Moving on to the second Reisetbauer. This is the Rowanberry. Nose was incredible. I was a little disappointed in the palate, but let's see what we got. Nose is still incredible. Oh my god. It's like rose petal cotton candy with a side of pear something. And flowers. And other flowers that are not roses. It smells the same. This smells exactly the same as it did before I added water, and that's okay because it smelled awesome. I know I said nice things about the some of the stuff over here. This is probably the best nose in the group. But it has to deliver on the palate. It has to deliver on the palate. And on the palate, it's just not quite there. It's better than it was. This actually benefits from the water more than the carrot did. Big extension of the mouthfeel, the mouth length, I should say. This is now attacking my whole mouth. It's holding on a little bit better. It gets kind of like dusty and stony. Very mineral on the palate now. It's still a little thin. It's still just a little bit thin, and I'm left wanting a little bit more from this. But the nose is fantastic. Oh god, it's a gorgeous nose, and a decent but somewhat middling palate. I'll call this like an 80. Let's call this an 83 plus. 83 plus for the Reisetbauer Rowanberry. We are tearing through these, aren't we? Okay. Sorry. I just did a thing I shouldn't have done. Okay. On to the Riravo Persimmon. Do you know how awesome you are for watching this little channel? You're awesome. Thank you for watching me. Because, who else out there is watching? And who cares about persimmon brandy? Even if you don't run out and buy these things, even if you don't give me Patreon money or subscribe or like or any of those things, you're pretty great. Just for watching this and absorbing the fact that persimmon brandy exists in the world. Let's see what this smells like. So the nice thing is, water has pulled back some of the overt vodka notes of this. It's less ethanol-y now. A little bit more clean on the persimmons. And what is that? There's a little bit of an apricot thing, I think. But it's a little bit more earthy as well. White pepper. Yeah. Okay, good steps forward. The ethanol is kind of pulled back a little bit on the palate. And again, I think I said this before, the mouth presence is pretty darn good on this. It's very peppery. The ethanol, the sense of ethanol in this, receded from the nose. It hasn't receded from the palate. So there's a little bit of a vodka thing to this too. Not bad. It's just kind of there. Persimmon, white pepper, a little bit of ethanol, but okay. Not too bad. Cider apple. Maybe a little bit of bubblegum creeping in, but not like fresh bubblegum. This is like, bubblegum you've been chewing on for 20 minutes. So used bubblegum. I do think this is better than the pumpkin. Just a lot of it is mouth presence. This is really is pretty good mouthfeel. This is kind of attacking my palate pretty well. Most of the fruit fades away, not super quickly, but on the quicker side of things. And that's a little annoying, but this is a solid little offering. I'm going to call this an 82. 82 points. And reasonably priced if you're in the market for a persimmon brandy. All right, glass number 5 is the Vinha Alta, the banana. This was kind of one of my favorites going to the second round. It smells exactly the same. It still smells like a cobbler you made with a mix of peaches and pears, and maybe someone is mashing some bananas for banana bread in the background. Development on the nose, not really. I mean, there's a little bit of rocks maybe. I think that was there before, though. On the palate. This is really, in some ways, this is a fun counterpart to the carrot, because this does not taste remotely like banana. It just doesn't. It tastes like a peach and pear cobbler with some rocks, maybe a vague banana peel here and there, white pepper. You would never guess what this was distilled from just by tasting and smelling it. But the quality is still very, very high. This is a case where they're using the distillate as a vehicle to make a good spirit, rather than as a kind of rather than using the distillate as a lens to kind of get banana-ness. But I quite like this. It's the mouth presence is very good. It's got some complexity to it. I don't think it's as good as the carrot. I really don't. But I'm still going to give this 85 points. Wait, no, not 85. 84 maybe? Hold on. This is my second review of the day. Bear with me. 84. 84 points. It's just another fun effort. Like, a bunch of these are just great things to have to pour for other people, to send around to your fellow booze nerds, because they don't taste like anything they've had before. And that's kind of the fun of Eau-de-Vie, isn't it? We're getting away from grains. We're getting away from grapes and cane and agave and apples and pears and normal stuff. This is not the normal stuff. All right, we are back to the Capreolus. I know I said the Rowanberry was the best nose here, but this is right there hanging with it. Changes from before. That kind of earthy potting soil thing might have crept up a little bit. We're sort of in the same territory with this, though. Not a whole lot of change on the nose. On the palate, and this is where I'm hoping this really steps up on the palate. One more time. Oh, it's so close. It's more peppery now. The pepper has stepped up, and you've got a little bit more of the minerality to this too, the kind of wet stones thing. The mouth presence is a hair bit better. It is. But I don't think it's as, it may. I have to try the carrot again. I'm really sorry. Carrot one more time. You know what? No, this is an 85 too. The Capreolus Gooseberry, also an 85 pointer. I think the carrot may be a hair bit better on the palate. Maybe a hair bit better in terms of how it delivers what it's got. But the gooseberry the nose is a little bit better. So I'm going to call it even. I'm going to call this an 85 pointer as well. So there we have it. Co-winners. Yeah. So the Capreolus and the carrot from Reisetbauer. These are both fantastic. After that, the Vinha Alta banana does not taste like banana at all, but really fun and really good. And then the Reisetbauer Rowanberry 83 plus. The Riravos kind of bring up the rear. The Persimmon at 82. And the pumpkin at 80. And yeah, that is that is the video. Thank you for watching, and cheers.